Hi, welcome. It's Mary Ellen McGonagle, Simpler Trading, with today's free video for October 30th, 2023. As we head into a spooky period here in the broader markets, we're going to take a look at the S&P 500. We did get a nice bounce today. What does that mean for the markets and what we can anticipate potentially going forward? From there, a deep dive into the Magnificent Seven. Take a look at names that are outpacing their peers and those that aren't, why, and the best setup among those names. So first up here, daily price chart of the S&P 500. And as you can see here, we've had a very difficult period over the last 3 weeks. The markets are in a confirmed downtrend after breaking below their key 50 and 200-day simple moving average. And these widely watched metrics, when we break below this key support, it is known as being certainly in a confirmed downtrend. The S&P hit correction status after dropping 10% from its peak in price back here. So certainly nerves are frayed. But if we take a look at prior periods over the last 12 months when the broader markets have broken below, again, this 50 and 200-day simple moving average. Let's take a quick look at those metrics that signaled that that pullback had in fact reversed. So taking us back to December, you can see that we experienced a break below both this 200 and this 50-day simple moving average, which in turn pushed the stochastics faster moving momentum indicator into an oversold position. It also pushed the RSI into below 50 negative territory. So in that reversal, we can see quite the opposite taking place, where the S&P 500 in the beginning in January moved back above the 10, 21, 50, and then eventually above this 200-day simple moving average. Your early indicators here were the stochastics moving up above this 50 into positive territory, likewise with the RSI trending upward above that 50. Now, we did have another pullback in February as interest rates began to rise. We broke below that 50 and 200-day again. And again, when looking for the reversal characteristics, it's going to be a move back above these moving averages. We will want to see nice volume characteristics, the stochastics entering in positive territory above that net neutral 50, and then likewise with that MACD. Now, let's go ahead, with that RSI up here above the price of the S&P. Let's go ahead and move over and take a look at where we stand now after this more recent pronounced pullback. And we can see that today's rally has potentially pushed the stochastics at the very least trending sideways, ideally at some point in time, similar to this downtrend reversal here. You want to get those stochastics back up above that net neutral 50 into positive territory. Likewise with that RSI, get that trending upward and into positive territory as well. And then, of course, we will want to see breadth within the markets take place as more areas potentially turn positive. From here, let's go ahead and take a look at those mega cap Magnificent Seven. A number of them have reported earnings, so you'll want to stay on top of how they fared, primarily because these were your leading stocks for most of the year into that July-August peak in price for the broader markets. What I've done here is put these charts into a 2-month daily price chart view, and I've sorted them from by relative strength in descending order. So we will view them in that fashion. First up, relatively the strongest at this point in time is Netflix. And of course, they were the first of these big names to come out with earnings. And we can see back here about a week and a half ago, a nice gap up, super high volume. Netflix came out with numbers that just blew away the estimates, and it was all about increased subscribership. And with this break above this 50-day simple moving average, we have now entered into the beginning stages at this time of an uptrend. We can see concurrently that the RSI did move above 50, trending higher, and then likewise as this MACD initially experienced that crossover and has continued so that now it is above that net neutral zero. With the broader markets pulling back, Netflix did as well. Last week was a very difficult period for the markets, but take a look. It found support at this 50-day simple moving average, and the momentum with this RSI remained above 50, and that is quite constructive. Let's move along. Take a look at the next stock that is the strongest, second strongest among these names, and it is Microsoft. Microsoft came out with very good numbers last week. Another one where it gapped up in response. That gap up in turn pushed the stock out of a nice 6-week base, and it did so on heavy volume. You want to see that volume indicating accumulation. The RSI already had been up here in positive territory. This is one of the few names that has been on my MEM Edge suggested holdings list. It has held in remarkably well in an otherwise difficult period for the markets. And we can see last Thursday was certainly the worst of the week, and Microsoft did pull back in line with those broader markets, particularly growth stocks, and held support at that 50-day simple moving average with the momentum remaining in positive territory. And this is exactly what you want to see if you are either putting together your watch list, you want these relative outperformers, or if you are a nimble trader, Microsoft looks quite constructive here for even a shorter term trade. The company did come out as stated with great numbers, and the prospects currently near term look quite positive. Next up here is Amazon, another stock that reported their earnings last week. Take a look at that gap up in response on Friday. Now, at that point in time, it was not yet interesting in the sense that we did need to get up above this other area of resistance, that 50-day. And also today, with this nice 4% rally, we did see the RSI now enter into positive territory. So that's good news. We also have this MACD crossover, black line up through the red. And again, nice high volume indicating that the stock is under accumulation, just now entering into a new uptrend. As we move through, we can take a look here at Meta, and the company did falter despite coming out with good numbers. And the good news here is on Thursday's pullback that was certainly in line with a difficult day for the market, we did see buyers come in on that dip. Let's take a quick look at an intraday chart here for Meta Platforms, and here we are with that sharp Thursday pullback. And then as the day progressed, buyers did come in given the pronounced decline. That is a bullish daily candle, and you can see that since then we have been able to edge higher. We do still have work to do. We need to get that RSI back in positive territory, get the stock above these moving averages, and then likewise turn that MACD around. And as we move through, we can of course take a quick look here at Meta. It's really just marking time, not due to report earnings for at least 3 weeks, but overall your general trend is down, but again, it is remaining firm in a very difficult market environment. Apple, of course, is due to report this week, and we can see that it did get the RSI into an oversold position around that 30. And if we go back historically, that has been an opportunity for the stock to reverse and trend higher. However, at this point in time, we're below every key moving average, so it's going to take a lot of might to get this back into an uptrend, but we've seen it before with Netflix and Amazon in particular. Alphabet out of the uptrend. We can see this significant sharp decline, very heavy volume indicating distribution. Today's candlestick, where it closed in the center of its trading range for the day, quite simply indicates uncertainty between the bulls and the bears. So we'll see where this sorts out. I talked about it in my report yesterday, was anticipating a bounce given its oversold condition and really how much it had faltered. So the jury is still out, but net it does have a negative bias at this point in time. And then Tesla, sold off, continues to come out with news that's not constructive and very much in a confirmed downtrend at this point in time, with high volume on its selling indicating distribution. For those of you that are not familiar with my work, you can trial my MEM Edge report for a nominal fee. It is released twice weekly on Sunday, and then a more modified report midweek. And then also I will be in the options live trading room this Thursday, and I'll catch you there. Have a great week, and thanks for watching. Hey, Mary Ellen here with Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like button and leave comments below. And if you'd like to be notified to future videos, you can hit that bell icon and subscribe. Don't leave without subscribing to my MEM Edge bi-weekly report. I do have a special trial offer. And for those who'd like to learn about trading live with us, you can go ahead to simplertrading.com to learn more.